Hey guys, it's Adil with Fresh Mark Scents, another fresh review. Today I'll be looking at a dream fragrance. It was a dream to own. I was too broke before to get it, but I found it at a discount and here it is. Tom Ford Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua. Now this is an eau de toilette. I chose the eau de toilette over the eau de parfume because I believe the eau de parfume was a little bit too strong and on the lemon and the musk, and it sort of gets it wrong with the orange blossom, lemon and musk to make it smell like almost like a baby wipe, a little bit too soft, a little bit too much orange blossom. But this one gets the mint mix right exactly because it's got two layers of mint. Sorry, it's got two layers of mint, one layer of mint on the top, and the middle layer of mint is shiso, which is a higher quality, sharper mint that is very it's just very sharp. I would like to know more about it, and that's one of the reasons why I bought this. I have another perfume that I bought for somebody else, which is Versace Dylan Blue Parfumé, and that has a shiso note as well in the middle and has Granny Apple Smith on top. So although it doesn't have any other mint in it, the shiso mint in the mid layer or the mid dry down is very prominent and it cuts through the Granny Applesmith. So as with that, this also has shiso and blends with the it blends with the wildflower. It's got lemon oil. It has clary sage, a bit of thyme, so clary sage, breath of fresh air, thyme, a little herbaceous spiciness. Not really spicy, but almost like a pine needle fir, herbal fresh. So this mixes herbal fresh notes, and in the base it has civet, amber, vetiver, and musk. So that musk, it really starts with a bitter orange, mint, uh, dries down and mid dry down to get some clary sage, some thyme for that herbal awakening, revitalizing freshness. I believe that this is the most refreshing summer perfume. It really wakes you up. It's very hopeful. It was at a time where I was doing my tailoring course. I chose that. I chose that against the wishes of my family, who didn't want me to do something creative. They want me to, I don't know, get a regular job and stuff like that. But I chose to do something creative, and although I was doing things every day and it was a very exciting time, it was also very stressful because there wasn't much hope of what am I going to do in the future and getting a grasp of, you know, the future basically. So it was very confusing but a very optimistic time. And when I smelt this, this was the same time that I smelt Versace Eros and was Dior Homme Intense. So it was a great year for perfumes that I was looking at. And it really uplifted me that I was like, wow, lots of things are going up in life. And, you know, you can have a lot of things going on. But this was one of the first perfumes that really changed how I felt. At the time, when I smelled this, I was a bit in between like five different things and I was all over the place. But when I smelled this, I was like, wow, this smells like the freshness of the sea. Like I feel like I've just gone on holiday. So one day, because I heard that the Debenhams, they had problems with people stealing all their stuff and whatever, I thought that, you know, I'm not going to listen to that guard when he tells me to not use the tester because other people are nicking them and they didn't do anything about those people. So I went straight up there and I took 8 sprays and I thought, yeah, and now I've tried this, and that whole day, that whole day was magical simply because I was refreshed the whole day. I had this smell of me, which is herbal, uplifting, minty, a little bit lemon, refreshing with the clary sage. That musk and the civet gives a masculine note, but it's not so animalic as to turn you off, or not as strong or challenging as the other Tom Ford fragrances. I really love this. I'd recommend this for summertime, a very hot sunny day. If you want something to refresh you, the great thing about this is this reminds me of Neróli Portofino, but in a good way. It has the orange blossom, but it's not too heady or heady in the way that it doesn't suffocate you with the florals of the orange blossom, the white florals. This has orange blossom, but it's done in a much more slick way, a lot more sensual in the way that they mix the musk with orange blossom and a little bit of amber with the civet and that vetiver and the mint note. The mint note stops it from being like a cleaning fluid. It's not. It's a complex mint note. That's why they have two. I believe maybe if you just had the shiso and you didn't have the mint note on top, that mint wouldn't carry through in a more complex way, and it wouldn't actually give out as much projection of a clean and refreshing scent. It would be more acidic and linear like a cleaning fluid, but this avoids that in the way that they just use lemon oil and not so much straight up lemon in the top note. So this does have that refreshing herbal, almost like aromatherapy kind of lemon, like lemongrass lemon almost, because it's lemon oil. It's lemon oil mixed with the shiso. So it's got a lot of stuff going on, but I really like it. I believe it's a sensual scent because it uses the water notes and it has some green notes similar to Soleil d'Italy, which is another sensual scent which has that juicy bitter orange. This has bitter orange as well. Sorry. This has bitter orange as well, but Soleil d'Italy is more juicy and has more green notes, and I feel is not as interesting in the whole dry down of it and um, the whole process of its dry down. I feel that this has more complexity because it has sage and thyme and other herbal notes, which meets the green note and the wildflower. The wildflower in the mid is what really splits it out from other um, just generally blue aquatic fresh fragrances because it gives it a little bit of a creamy herbaceous sweetness. So the wildflower note adds a little bit of sweetness from flower, but it's also herbal as if it was a medicinal flower. So I'm not talking about ganja or anything. I'm talking about a more like a dandelion or something, like a bitter flower. If you were to like eat it or something, I don't know. I mean, it was a long time ago, but I remember when I was a child and I used to just pick up flowers or different things and just eat them just to see what would happen. Um, but yes, it tastes like well the wildflower reminds you if you were to like a chew a dandelion or something, not the dandelion but those yellow ones. um I believe that's it. No, I think dandelion is the fluffy one, the one that you blow. I can't even remember anymore whether it's yellow or the one that you blow. That white fluffy thing that has all those seeds in it, you got to run away from that when it blows. It can get everywhere. But yeah, so this is very herbal, fresh. It's got a little bit of a bitter herbal green note, but it's not washed away by the greenness. It's not feminine. It's definitely, actually, you know what? You could say it's unisex, but the musky freshness of it would wear better on a man, and it would be sensual for a man. For a woman, it would probably just be clean. You wouldn't really get a sexy vibe off it. It would just be like, okay, so you smell clean and what? But with this, you're really adding something because the man has its own animalic smell, and with that sweetness of the lemon and the changing of the animalic smell with the civet, the musk, the amber, and the freshness of a grassy vetiver, you're really adding something. It smells like a man who's gone out, maybe done a little bit of a workout. Like, I don't know, he's run to the top of the mountain or something on some Italian crazy fresh place which has got like the sea at the bottom crashing on the waves, and he sort of just run to the top because he's got that minty fresh like and clary sage breath of fresh air, and the time is sort of in the rocks below where the water is splashing. You get the Acqua vibe. He's got a little bit of sweat, which is that civet animalic musk. It doesn't smell like sweat, but it smells like something that would wear very well. If you had a little bit of sweat on you, it would project. I feel that I done a little bit of a test. I done a little bit of a one-man jam in my room. I was just sprayed it on and I started dancing up until I just sweat out, and then and with sweat it does project better. So it does actually project better with the sweat and in the heat. So check it out if you want something fresh, if you want something uplifting, and you want to bring something new to your summer game, which is mature, refined, refreshing, uplifting, and generally it's just a pleasure to own and wear. I think you guys should try this over the Eau de Parfume simply because it's the original, lighter, fresher, and it actually smells like an aqua scent. The other one smells a little bit like cleaning fluid, and I'd say don't knock it for longevity and projection because it projects just the same as the other Tom Ford fragrances. It's just known as Eau de Toilette because, like Stronger With You Eau de Toilette, it's got a different scent profile. It's just lighter. It's just lighter in its scent, but it doesn't mean it doesn't last as long. So I would say this lasts just as long as the other Tom Fords. Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua. Check it out, guys, if you want something that is going to change your summer. Stay fresh, people.